Belal Muhammad is out of his fight against Shavkat Rakhmonov at UFC 310. I'll break down what they could do for that card. And, we also have Diego Lopes versus Alexander Volkanovski in the works for UFC 312. That's a huge fight. And we also have just a little breakdown at the end here because he's back. And he has fun fights. Peyton Talbot's back against Tony Barcelos. That'll be one I break down at the end. And Pavlovich, Rosenstreich, that's a big fight as well. And just other fights. We'll start with, though, the big one that's relevant right now. Belal Muhammad. Actually, I'm not going to go to his page because it's actually pretty gruesome. But Belal Muhammad is out of his fight against Shavkat Rakhmonov. Now, this is bad because, we just lost a main event here. Now, this can be easily recovered. It's not like, oh, shit, we have to just scramble for something. All champions are booked. No. Lots of guys can step up here now. Alex Pereira is free. And I'll talk about him in a second. But we'll talk about Belal's first. He's out of his fight. Now, at first I was thinking, you know what? Strip Belal. Strip Belal Muhammad. Jamal Hill. I know the UFC isn't forcing the strip, but if you're a real warrior like Jamal Hill and Yuri Prohaska, I know people don't like Hill, but to his credit, he vacated the title and risked everything. And he did risk it. Pereira slept him in the first round. Now he has to rebuild himself. Yuri, same thing. Came back, lost to Pereira, then, fought him in the rematch on short notice. Same with Pereira. I'll get to him in a second, but still, fought him on short notice and lost again. Now he has to regroup himself. When he could have, had the big moments of the gold shorts, the gold glove, not at the time, but not the gold gloves at the time, but gold shorts, the champion fight week. Jamal Hill and Yuri could have had that. John Jones is a pussy bitch. That's why he's not a real warrior. Same with Belal Muhammad. Now, Jones was out for a whole year, though, holding on to the belt. Because that guy's a bitch. He doesn't know what anything is. He doesn't know what anything is. He doesn't know what a real warrior stands for. Belal, I had the same opinion of, but Belal's out for 6 weeks? He's not going to be out for that. I know the fight would have happened by then, but still, he can't train. This is a title defense. It's not like a contender fight. That, let's say, I don't want to jinx it, but Michael Chandler's out of his fight versus Charles Oliveira. Why can't I put Ariane Lipski versus Karine Silva on that card? Why can't I say that instead? That fight can get canceled all day. But you know what I mean? A contender fight. This is a title defense. This is legacy on the line for Belal Muhammad. And he's fighting against the toughest guy, I think, for him in the division. I think Shavkat would have beaten him as well. Belal's got a chance. I was scared for a sec. When in the build-up of this, I think a few days ago, I was like, oh, shit. I'm worried Belal's going to beat him. Don't mind Belal, but, his style is just pay-per-view sales kill. And, I was worried. Now, I should have made, what they could do. But I can just say them. I should have made, a slide of 2 fighters on what they could have done. I've got options, though, just in me saying it. Now, MMA Theory did post something. Shout out to him here. Now, what I think here is, I think Alex Pereira, Magomed Ankalaev is a good thing you should do. And that's what I think you should do. I'll name others as well. I think you should do Magomed Ankalaev versus Alex Pereira. Because I know the short notice thing, you could have an excuse for the loser of that. Especially if it's Magomed who came over. And I know that might not be enough for him in terms of training camp time. It's a month away. It's October 31st today. And the fight's on December 7th. So you got a little bit, a month. You got a little over a month away. Alright? there is still time to train. I know it's not full training camp, but still, there is still enough time. You got over 4 weeks. That's a lot, I think. I know it's not the best, but still, it is all right. This fight got... Belal versus Shavkat was announced. When was it announced? I'm trying to guess. It was before a UFC card. Was it before UFC 307? Pereira versus Roundtree? I don't know if it was. But yeah. It was announced before some fucking fight night. That's all I'm going to say. And it was announced, 3 weeks ago? So not the most ideal training camp, but Pereira Ankalaev is an option I think you should do. I think. That's, what you should do. Shavkat Rakhmonov can fight for an interim belt against Leon Edwards. Now, MMA theory, Aspinall Pereira. You could do this. This would save everything, but no. Actually, you could do this, because then you can decide if Jones or Stipe is gone by then. And if you can make it for an interim for now, and then if Jones retires, make it for the undisputed title. That won't change much. Maybe they could do this. I don't think they will. I think you should build this up. Pereira Ankalaev, you should build up as well, but it's kind of built to the most now. It's just when the fight's gonna happen. Pereira Aspinall, Pereira's gotta bulk up. It's not enough time. So no. Alex Pereira versus Magomed Ankalaev is what you should do as a main event here. It's a good main event. I'll take it. I'll take that as a main event. I'm excited for that fight. I think Pereira knocks him out brutally. So let's just make it happen. Let's just make it happen. Pereira versus Ankalaev. Shavkat versus... Now, there's an option for Shavkat to fight on this card. I think Shavkat should fight in LA. Or just rebook the Belal fight. But Shavkat, he needs to fight, man. So maybe they do it Shavkat interim. I'm just saying, though, Pereira Ankalaev, I like that better on a main event than Rakhmonov Edwards for an interim belt. Edwards is declined from this conversation. You can't risk Edwards Belal 3 potentially. You just can't. You just can't risk that. Shavkat Usman, I don't mind. Just because of the circumstances, but Usman's coming off 3 losses. I don't mind Usman Belal potentially. But still, I don't want that. Shavkat Ian Gary's the fucking fight. That's what you should do. That's exactly what you should do. Because who's going to build it up? Out of all these 3 guys, Usman, Edwards, and Gary, who's going to try their best to build it up last minute? Edwards won't do shit. It'll be boring at the press conference. Usman, no, I don't see much. Alright? You have to bring it to Usman for him to bring it back, and that's what Colby does. Shavkat won't do that. Gary will. That's what I respect about Ian Gary. This is what you do. Shavkat versus Ian Gary. Yeah, that's also another option. So I'll take Ankalaev Pereira or Shavkat versus Gary. Anything else? Fuck the card. Good card. It's got Pantoja. Don't make Pantoja the main event. This is the last pay-per-view of the year. We can't have anything fuck up. And then we have Suarez Zhang. Fuck off. Volk versus Lopes, I don't mind. Just throw an interim title on the card there as well. I don't mind that. That's good. That's cool. And that's it for that. But Pereira and Ankalaev have already accepted or just showed they're ready to go. So I'd say you do Pereira and Ankalaev. But I don't mind Shavkat Gary. That's also something I don't mind. They can't add 2 of them. I don't want to see Shavkat fight again. Because I don't want to see them just do what they're just planning to do and then just rebook Shavkat Belal. Shavkat's got to get a win. He hasn't fought in almost a year. So yeah, we move on. Sucks Belal's out, but yeah. Shavkat Gary for an interim. I don't mind that. And then you do Pereira Ankalaev. One of those, so I don't mind. Shavkat Usman is whatever. I'll take it, but Shavkat Leon, just no. Don't do that at all. I'm not trying to risk Leon versus Belal 3. Usman, I don't mind because Usman Belal is a fresh fight. And then Gary, that'd be cool because Gary will build it up. And Gary versus Belal is a fresh fight as well. And I think Shavkat would beat all 3 of them, but still, it's all cool. Yeah. I want to see Pereira and Ankalaev on the card, though. Because if Pereira loses, you can give him a rematch. He's got 3 defenses now. You can argue he gets the rematch there. If Ankalaev loses, well, you took the risk, buddy. Fuck you. I think he would lose convincingly, though, to Pereira. We move on. Pereira and Ankalaev could be the main event, in my opinion. That could save it. Pereira, and if he wins Pereira, he's fighter of the year. It's him or Ilya. And Pereira, if he beats Ankalaev this year, if he waits till next year and does it, Ilya's fighter of the year, in my opinion. But if Pereira beats him at the end here, and the UFC already called Alex Pereira, and he already said he's ready to... I think we're going to get an announcement of Pereira and Ankalaev soon. Because apparently the UFC was approaching Alex Pereira for this fight. And his opponent will be Ankalaev, because Ankalaev already said something. I didn't see Jan Blachowicz say something. I didn't see Volk and Ozdemir say something. What MMA Theory is pointing out. Volk and Ozdemir. You might as well give it to fucking Olberg, because, like, he's the young prospect here. Why would you give it to Ozdemir and try to risk... Ozdemir's fun, though. I don't mind Ozdemir, but he's a fucking cactus in terms of personality. We move on to something else. Pereira and Ankalaev, I think, will be announced. I want that as well. I want that. Out of all this, I want to get Pereira versus Ankalaev. Let's have Pereira save another card. We move on. Diego Lopes versus Alexander Volkanovski was in the works yesterday, but I had to post a full card prediction, so I couldn't do much. This is a sick fight. Now, because this will decide who fights Ilya. This will determine who fights Ilya. Now, this could be for the interim. I don't want to see Volk fight for an interim title. I usually like interim titles for guys that haven't even fought for a belt before, like Gary Shavkat. That's a cool interim title fight. I don't mind that. You know? But Volk winning an interim belt, it just doesn't seem right. Lopes, it does. But if you want to do interim for these guys, you can. It'd add more hype to it. It would determine the winner of this would fight Ilya. I mean, there's not much other guys. I mean, Evloev Aljo, though. That'd be if it's Evloev, it's interesting. But yeah, the winner of this will get a title shot. If it's Ilya, Volk too, and if Volk wins this, listen, if Volk wins this, you can say Volk versus Ilya too is a great fight. Look, he just beat Lopes. He's back. Ilya could be in trouble, and if Lopes wins, Ilya, holy shit, someone's going out. I lean Volk. I was thinking Lopes the whole time about this, but I've kind of switched my thoughts on this. Lopes is great, you know. He is good, and I want him to win, and I want Volk to win. I hate the fight in that case. But I like this fight, though, because it's going to be fun. Volk. Lopes has power. But he couldn't put away Ortega. But the thing is, Ortega can recover. Volk, I think, will just go out cold. So I am not locked on Volk. I just think this is a bit too soon for Diego. I know he's been proving himself, and he's proven himself. Ortega, I've always thought Ortega was shit. Ever since he fought Holloway, I've always thought, oh, he's shit. Wow, you beat TKZ. I still don't think you beat Volk or Holloway. And look, what could happen? Volk beat the shit out of him as well. Yair beat you by submission. Like, I know he won the rematch, but it was in Salt Lake City. Not Salt Lake City, Mexico City. Same altitude, though. You know? So, Diego could catch him. Would he? I don't think he would. Maybe he hurts Volk and maybe drops him. But he could just go out cold, Volk. But I think Ilya landed the perfect shot to put him away. Volk is a bit chinny. But I think Volk can just, ride out the storm. Diego will fail takedowns on him. I don't think Diego out-grapples him here. And I don't think he gets the back. I don't think he submits. He could submit Volk. But I don't think he will. And I can see Diego just... In a 3-rounder, I'm picking Diego Lopes. I will, in a 3-rounder, pick Diego Lopes. But in a 5-rounder, I think Volk can win. And come back and beat up Diego. Maybe survives to a decision. But I think he will beat up on Diego, who is tough as nails and a Chad. So in a 3-rounder, I'm picking Diego Lopes. But in a 5-rounder, I'm picking Volk. So that's my take there. 3-rounder, Lopes wins, I think, comfortably. 29-28, or just gets a KO. 5-rounder, though, Actually, no, I don't think he KOs Volk. I think Volk just got caught by Ilya perfectly. Because before that, he didn't get caught. Holloway didn't catch him with the hands. I know he dropped him with an uppercut once, but still. Volk, I think, can move. I think Volk's the type to just learn from the mistakes. Lopes he didn't do great against Ige either, so. Yeah, I'm going to go with, I'm going to go for Volk. 5-rounder, 3-rounder, Lopes wins. And we missed one here. Big Marcel, Peyton Talbot versus Johnny Barcelos. Great fight. I'm going to go Peyton. He's too explosive. Johnny Barcelos' chin's just not terrible, but, Umar slept you. I know Umar's a good loss to have, but still. Out cold. Yeah, I'm picking not Diego Lopes. I'm picking Peyton Talbot. 1st round KO. Light work. And then we also have Sergey Pavlovich versus Jairzinho Rozenstruik. Great fight. Why can't this be an Apex fight night? Why Protest Magni? But this has to be in Saudi Arabia because they put all the great cards on there. I'll go with... Dude, why am I thinking Rozenstruik has his chance? I'll go Pavlovich because, I think he can land. I think he can land on Rozenstruik. And if he lands one, it's over. And Rozenstruik, he put out Lewis. But Rozenstruik's more technical than them. I just don't think he's at the level of Volkov, though. And still, Pavlovich toughed it out. So I don't think Rozenstruik KOs him. The counter hook is there. But I think Pavlovich can catch him. But Rozenstruik has good kicks. Dude, Rozenstruik's a live dog in this fight. I will lean Pavlovich, though, because he's got the power. But I don't know. I said that against Volkov, and he lost. So, I don't know. I'm leaning Pavlovich, but still. I might go Rozenstruik. Then we have Johnny Walker versus Bogdan Guskov. I'll go Bogdan Guskov. Getting the job done by KO. And then, like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Yeah, that's it. Peace.